A community is being torn in two. Brothers versus sisters, husband versus wife. All of these people that dress like Filthy Frank. I didn't know that this was a thing. There's a whole genre of fanfic Filthy Franks out there. You got Kid Filthy Frank, Poor Filthy Frank, George of the Jungle Filthy Frank. The one that I've constantly been spammed with is Girl Filthy Frank. Let me catch you up to speed. Not too long ago, I uploaded a video talking about Filthy Frank 2, a man who's trying to continue the lore of one of the gods on this website. But there is a very passionate hate train towards the new Frank. Now, some people think he should just let the legend die, and others think he's some poser just trying to take advantage of the hard work somebody else has already done. On Reddit, somebody posted, "But he's better than nothing," and the reply is so savage. LOL, nothing is better than some copying skid. It's like being stranded in the ocean and being dehydrated and saying, "Well, this ocean water is better than no water." Most people have endorsed the new Frank. His social blade really says it all. The impression's good, it's shot really well, and clearly he puts a lot of hard work into it. But I keep seeing Lotus everywhere. That is only a handful of the Lotus comments I received. For being such a small channel, she has one of the most hardcore fan bases I've seen since Leafy. And she's growing like a weed. She's a Filthy Frank inspired channel taking place in the same universe. And has even had Dade featured in one of her videos. You know, Dade. This guy. The video that's blowing her up is Filthy Frank 2 Must Be Stopped. Now, as you all know, I love a good exposed video. It's my favorite type of content here on YouTube. But boy, do I hate a bad one.
Hello, Filthy Frank's recycled fan base, and welcome to your favorite anime. Let's talk about TvFilthyFrank2. If you haven't heard already, this YouTuber is a neckbeard who has the audacity to call himself original while copying Frank verbatim.
When does he ever unironically call himself original? The channel name is Filthy Frank 2. That's the joke. And Lotus, as the case will be for her entire video, never shows any context or evidence for what she's talking about, so it's cool. I'll do the research for your fucking video. Don't worry, I got it. I think she's talking about this.
You will never replace Franku. I don't know what you're talking about, okay? I'm the OG.
Is she talking about this obvious joke? Please, tell me she's not taking this seriously.
Who has the audacity to call himself original while copying Frank verbatim.
What it do, everybody? It's your boy.
No, it's not. Frank's been gone too long. Does nobody understand satire anymore? In Joji's own channel description, he describes Frank as an unapologetic parody. And Lotus, your channel is inspired by Filthy Frank. You watched New Frank's second video, so I don't get how everything is just going over your head. New Frank's video ends with this.
You'll never be Frank. You're a faker. I'm not a faker. He's the faker. I'm the real deal, okay? I walk around, you know, Commander Z. This is some kind of gay reboot or something. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No.
Yeah. Reality check. Yeah.
Fuck.
Reality check.
I gotta go.
If you have any interpretation skills whatsoever, you know that this is where the story is going. That this is the joke of the channel. But Lotus, I guess, doesn't understand parody. She doesn't understand satire. She thinks all Filthy Frank is being obnoxious in public.
If you copy Frank, at least be fucking funny.
Frank wasn't funny because he rolled around or because he acted obnoxious in public. He was funny because he got people's reactions to it. This isn't funny. This, however, is very funny. Literally nobody cares what you're doing right now. I think this is somebody who just doesn't understand what makes Filthy Frank funny. Frank's whole thing is that he's going to be the worst kind of person, the most unlikable man alive. And you, well, I guess you are doing a pretty good job of that.
If you copy Frank, at least be fucking funny.
Well, funny seeing you here. What's the sitch, bitch?
Just cause you put really loud crickets over something does not make it unfunny. Look, I don't need to put crickets over any of your shit for it to be unfunny.
Fuck, I really have to stop falling asleep at the edge of cliffs.
That's pretty much her whole problem with New Frank. She doesn't find him funny.
Where the fuck am I I supposed to laugh? But the fucking humor. Except that is for being fucking funny.
I hate getting in this kind of argument because humor's subjective. If stuff you find funny, I might not find funny. The dude has an extremely high like to dislike ratio. His channel is booming. A lot of people are enjoying his content right now. For the most part, I think he's pretty funny. I mean, if the dude really did have zero talent, nobody would have subscribed. For example, a smaller channel just straight up titled Filthy Frank is also impersonating him. He's not bad, he's just lacking the production quality that comes with a Joji made video. New Frank has that. That's why he went viral. Hey guys, remember, if you put crickets over that last part, it would no longer be funny.
I hate that he can confidently upload these videos.
Why?
Like, why does he, I just don't, I literally can't come up with something.
This might be the single worst exposed video ever made. She can't even back up her own claim. So don't worry, I'll do research for her again to try and figure out why people are so offended by the new Frank. I interviewed the BoobTube. He is a new Frank hater and a pretty big supporter of Lotus. To me, he is a prime candidate to try and get the other side of the story. Why people don't like new Frank.
I guess he was just waiting a couple of years for it to finally die off, or like so many others, expecting for a second coming with Joji, but it never came to fruition, so
he took...
should capitalize it on an alternative channel.
See, you think of it as capitalizing that. I think about it like somebody doing a Star Wars fanfic and just being like, fuck it, I'm going to go out there and if they aren't going to do it, I'm going to go do it. There's all these other channels that do the same thing. I feel like the reason people don't like him is because the new Frank has been largely accepted. Like at a way higher rate than I think you, me, or anyone could have thought. You know?
I think the really terrible part is that, like I said before, he's just a terrible copy. And there are people out there...
His voice is great. I don't get, why is he terrible? Why is he actually terrible?
He doesn't take the comedy very well, and he doesn't push the limits like Joji did in the past.
He's only had 2 videos, though, dog. He's literally only made 2 videos. That's what I don't get. He's only done 2. You know, give the man a chance, bro.
The internet's really quick to judge people.
Okay, now I feel like we're getting somewhere. What do you think, Lotus?
He unsurprisingly made a video called Loser Reads Hate Comments 6. This 6, of course, implying that he made 1 through 5.
Lotus, that's the fucking joke. Lotus, you're explaining the fucking joke. Somebody get some crickets out here for her.
Unsurprisingly made a video called...
The reason I think Lotus, BoobTube, and so many others don't like new Frank is because he's touching something nostalgic, something we all connected to at a certain point in our lives. I think they're afraid new Frank is going to ruin that, but I think something like this is what makes a guy like Joji go from a legend, a god on this website, and turns him into a goddamn legacy. And I think there's something really amazing about it, that a guy who started in his dorm room can inspire all of this. But Lotus would rather speculate and not provide any proof for anything she says.
He can't handle criticism. He deletes most criticism.
Where's the proof? Show some proof.
And when he doesn't, he tends to argue and disagree to test this theory.
Wait, so that's just a theory? So you're just making all that stuff up? Why?
To test this theory, I created an aggressive Instagram post baiting him. I didn't even have to tag the fucker. Sure enough, he fucking arrives.
So what? I didn't tag PewDiePie and he still responded to me, and you did tag him. Right there. It's 2019, girl. Information moves so quickly. You literally just described social media and then got surprised when it worked.
And replies to nearly every fucking comment there. Homie commented on my profile 12 times defending himself.
Alright, let's actually go back and read what he said. A fan replies, please do a collab with them, and he says, I'd maybe be down. That sounds really nice, actually. Who is this? Hi. He gave a face, which is kind of spooky, I guess. He then agreed with someone saying that Frank 2 is just a fan like her. And as evidence that he can't take criticism, she shows replies he made to her. It seems like he could take criticism just fine. I personally find it really cool when another content creator is willing to reach out and listen to what you have to say to them. But she's sitting there smirking like a James Bond villain. She knows that nobody's actually going to pause the video and read what that says. He's not being defensive, he's being nice.
He actually indirectly tried to talk me out of creating this video 2 separate times.
She's not gonna show us any proof of that, unsurprisingly. And he offered you to collaborate? Wow, what a bad guy. He offered to collaborate with your channel. I didn't want to say this, but I feel like I have to now. This makes you look like a total bitch.
He actually indirectly tried to talk me out of creating this video 2 separate times. I was starting to get worried and I felt kind of bad, so I messaged him. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this video. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine with it, I'm fine with it. I don't think he was fine with it.
Maybe it's because he knew you'd lie and exaggerate in any way possible so this could fit the narrative of your video. On the surface, it seems like you have a lot in common with Filthy Frank, but if you dig a little deeper, you discover that she has a lot more in common with Tana Mojo.
Walks up to me, he kind of like locks his arm around me, like around my neck like this.
He deletes most criticism, and when he doesn't, he tends to argue and disagree.
And it wasn't like it was like a chokehold or anything. It was very like firm and like tight, like I couldn't have really gotten out, if that makes sense. I'll explain that in a second.
Homie commented on my profile a dozen times defending himself.
Yelling, thumbs up, arm locked around me.
Say nigger.
Joji may have given up his persona as Filthy Frank, but I sure as shit know he wouldn't be happy some fucking uncreative neckbeard is copying his every move.
You don't know that. You are literally speaking for someone else right now. You don't know him. Don't act like you know him. Here's the fact. Since your video is literally built on bullshit, I'll just come to a logical conclusion myself. Joji decided to quit being Filthy Frank because the role literally injured him. And on top of that, he said he no longer enjoyed producing that kind of content. Using that information and seeing how Frank has never been spiteful or unironically angry in his career, like you suggest, I would guess that he's rather fascinated by the whole thing. I mean, has anyone actually asked Filthy Frank what he thinks about all this? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna call him. Oh, Frank, thank God it's you. I need some advice. This girl and her fans, they keep spamming me about whether the Frankverse is in danger or not. I need your help, man.
I don't know what to tell you, man. There's a lot of fucking gay people out there.
You are the real Filthy Frank, right?
Yeah, the one and only, motherfucker.
Alright, thanks, bro. That's all I needed. Moral of the story, I'm the real Filthy Frank. What you gonna do about it, bitch? Frank, where are you? We fucking need you, man. I'm begging you to come back. This stupid bitch just doesn't understand satire. She just makes shit up about you and uses her name for clout. It's so hypocritical, Frank. She's speaking for you, this dumb lying bitch.
When they see you again. Peanut butter on my balls, let the dog lick it. Peanut butter on my balls, let